Stop for a second. Imagine walking into a room filled with people, some dressed sharply, others flashing wealth, and yet, everyone seems drawn to one person. He's not the best looking. He's not the richest, but people can't take their eyes off him. What's his secret? It's not cologne, muscles, or money. It's something far deeper, a quality that anyone can develop, and yet almost no one does. Today, we're uncovering the one trait that makes people, especially women, feel irresistibly drawn to you. Even if you're not the typical alpha male. This isn't a pickup tactic or manipulation. It's about rewiring how you show up in the world, fully, completely, and authentically. And once you master it, not only do people start responding differently, you start feeling different too. For decades, society has fed us the same formula. Make more money, look better, buy nicer things. Then, you'll finally be attractive. But here's the truth. You can have all of that and still feel invisible. I once met a man who drove a Tesla, wore designer clothes, and still couldn't hold a woman's attention for 5 minutes. Why? Because his mind was elsewhere, constantly checking his phone, glancing around, never really there. Women, and honestly, everyone, are attracted to connection. Not surface-level charm, but the feeling that you're truly with them in that moment. That's presence, and it's magnetic. Presence isn't some mystical Zen concept. It's not about meditating under waterfalls or chanting mantras. It's the ability to focus so completely on what's in front of you that the rest of the world fades away. Think about the last time someone truly listened to you, not waiting for their turn to talk, but actually hearing you. Didn't it feel amazing, like you mattered? That's the effect of presence. It's emotional oxygen in a world gasping for attention. A friend once told me about a date with a man who wasn't particularly handsome or rich, but she said, "He looked at me like nothing else in the world existed. I felt seen." That connection led to a long-term relationship, not because of looks or money, but because of emotional depth. Let's be honest, physical attraction catches the eye, but presence captures the soul. Looks get attention. Presence builds connection. Biologically, attraction starts visually, but it only lasts if the person feels emotionally safe and valued. A handsome face can't hide disinterest or anxiety. On the other hand, someone grounded, calm, and fully attentive creates a kind of emotional electricity. There's a reason why average-looking actors become heartthrobs. Think Keanu Reeves. His quiet, grounded demeanor radiates presence. He doesn't perform for attention. He's simply there. Sure, money helps, but money without presence is like music without sound. It looks impressive until you realize it feels empty. You can buy luxury, but not intimacy. You can impress someone, but not connect with them. Presence turns an ordinary coffee date into something unforgettable. Because it's not about the price, it's about the experience of being seen and understood. A viewer once commented, "The best date I ever had cost $4. We sat on a park bench, shared stories, and lost track of time." That's presence, and no luxury car can compete with that. Now, before we go further, let's expose what's silently destroying your presence every day. Your phone. Every glance says, something else is more important than you. Living in your head, worrying about what to say, or how you look takes you out of the moment. Trying to impress. Authenticity disappears when you perform for approval. Multitasking. You can't truly connect when your mind's divided. Presence isn't about perfection, it's about attention. And attention is the most valuable gift you can give anyone. Presence isn't magic. It's a muscle, and like any muscle, you can train it. Start with micro moments. When you eat, just eat. When you walk, just walk. When you talk to someone, really listen. These simple acts retrain your brain to focus on the now. Cut distractions. 1 action, 1 focus. 2. Eye contact. Warm, steady, not intense. Make the other person feel seen. 3. Deep listening. Listen to understand emotion, not just content. 4. Kill the phone. Out of sight equals out of mind. Silence isn't enough. 5. Embrace silence. Confidence grows in stillness. 6. Breathe and ground. 3 slow breaths can bring you back instantly. 7. Practice everywhere. Don't reserve presence for dates. Be that way in all areas of life. These habits are less about attraction and more about becoming anchored. You stop chasing validation and start radiating calm certainty, the energy that naturally attracts. Let me share 3 quick stories. A shy engineer began practicing presence by putting his phone away at lunch and really listening to coworkers. Within weeks, His manager noticed he was promoted for leadership potential. A woman shared that her quiet husband became more attractive when he stopped trying to impress her and simply listened. "He became my safe place," she said. "I once met a street musician who barely spoke, yet everyone stayed to listen. His calm, focused energy drew people in more than the music itself." Presence is contagious. The more grounded you are, the more others relax around you. When you start living with presence, everything changes, not just your relationships. You stop chasing, and people start gravitating toward you. You speak slower, listen deeper, and feel lighter. Friends trust you more. Strangers open up. That's the transformation, not just attraction, but inner power. So, what's the ultimate takeaway? Stop asking how to impress. Start asking how to connect. Presence is the bridge between your inner world and the people around you. For the next 7 days, pick one presence-building habit. Practice it every day. Watch how your relationships and your confidence begin to shift. Because the most magnetic person in the room isn't the loudest or the richest, it's the one who actually shows up. Stop scrolling for a second. Picture this: a crowded cafe, a few people dressed like fashion ads, another flashing his new watch, yet everyone's attention quietly drifts toward one guy sitting in the corner. No designer labels, no swagger. Still, every time he speaks, the whole room seems to lean closer. What makes him magnetic? It's not the hairline, not the jawline, not his bank balance. It's something invisible, a force you can feel but can't fake. And the best part, you already have it. You've just forgotten how to use it. Today, we're uncovering the one trait that makes people, especially women, feel drawn to you without you saying a word. It's not a dating trick. It's not manipulation. It's a way of being that changes every relationship in your life. Stay till the end, because this could shift how you walk into every room from now on. For years we've been sold the same dream. Get richer, get prettier, get followers, and happiness or love will follow. But how many influencers, models, or perfect people have you seen who are still desperately seeking validation? The truth is, attraction built on aesthetics alone is like sugar, sweet at first, gone in seconds. When you depend on looks or wealth, you're performing, not connecting. People sense that instantly. They feel like you're talking at them, not with them. I once coached a client, successful, stylish, everything right on paper, yet his dates never led anywhere. Why? He was so busy being impressive that he forgot to be present. When he learned to slow down, to really listen, the difference was night and day. The women he met started opening up, laughing more, asking questions. He hadn't changed his wardrobe, he'd changed his energy. Let's clear one thing up. Presence isn't some spiritual fog where you hum quietly and stare at candles. Presence simply means being here, body, mind, and attention aligned in this exact moment. It's when you look someone in the eyes and actually see them, when you listen without rushing to talk, when you're not halfway in your phone, halfway in your thoughts. And because true presence is so rare, it feels intoxicating. Think about the last time someone listened to you with full focus. No interruptions, no glances at notifications. You felt lighter, didn't you? That's because our nervous system reads attention as safety. Women, especially, are wired to notice emotional safety. It's an evolutionary signal of reliability and leadership. When you're grounded and undistracted, you radiate both. A friend once described a date that wasn't fancy, but unforgettable. She said, "He looked at me like I was the only person in the world." Not in a creepy way, just completely there. She remembered every word, not because he said anything extraordinary, but because he made her feel important. Presence is the rarest form of respect. Looks open the door. Presence keeps it open. Physical attraction is instant chemistry. Presence is emotional gravity. Good looks may get someone's attention, but they can't hold it if there's nothing real behind the eyes. When someone stares at their phone mid-conversation, micro-expressions give them away. Tiny flinches that signal, "I'm somewhere else." On the flip side, someone with average looks who's fully engaged radiates warmth. That warmth is addictive. Why do people gush over actors like Keanu Reeves or Adam Driver? They're not model perfect. They're calm, grounded, and unapologetically present. You sense that they aren't performing, they're experiencing. Presence has a gravitational pull that vanity can't imitate. We've been conditioned to chase external value, likes, luxury, validation, but presence flips that. It says, "I don't need to chase. I already belong here." And that inner stillness, That's what others feel as confidence. Let's talk about money. Money is a magnifier, not a magnet. It amplifies who you already are. If you're anxious and distracted, wealth makes you more anxious and distracted. You can take someone to a rooftop restaurant with a skyline view, but if you're checking messages between courses, they'll feel alone across the table. Presence, meanwhile, turns simplicity into magic. You could sit on a park bench with a $2 coffee and feel more connected than people sipping champagne on a yacht. One woman told me her favorite date cost less than a bus ticket. He listened, really listened, she said, for hours. That connection created chemistry money can't buy. Remember, money can buy experience, but not engagement. It can impress, but not intimacy. If you're waiting to fix yourself financially before you date seriously, you're missing the real work, learning how to show up. Think of presence as signal strength. You can have the fanciest phone, your wealth, but without signal, your attention, no message gets through. Now, let's confront the villains quietly draining your presence. The phone syndrome. Every glance tells the other person, you're less important than whatever's on this screen. Even subtle checks, the quick flick of eyes, register as rejection. Living in your head, overthinking what to say, how you look, or whether you're doing it right, hijacks your focus. You stop being in the conversation and start being in your imagination, trying to impress. The moment you perform, authenticity dies. Ironically, people are impressed by those who don't try to impress, because confidence lives in honesty. Multitasking. Presence demands full bandwidth. You can't be present while composing texts, planning dinner, or replaying yesterday's argument. These are the 4 silent assassins of connection. And the scary part, we normalize them. We call it being busy, but busyness is just distraction, dressed up as importance. Real strength is focus. In a distracted world, attention is rebellion. Presence isn't a skill you're born with, it's a skill you rebuild. One breath, one glance, one conversation at a time. When you strip away the noise, you discover a strange peace underneath. And from that peace flows confidence, warmth, and real charisma, the kind that no luxury watch can simulate. This part will show you exactly how to train that muscle. Practical steps to build magnetic presence in daily life. But first, visualize this. Tomorrow, you walk into a room, no flash, no pretense, yet everyone senses something steady about you. You speak less, but people listen more. That's presence, quiet, powerful, unforgettable.